Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Raptor X here with Raptor X Games, and today we are back in Star Citizen. The 4.7 persistent test universe has gone open to all backers, and so we're going to be getting in today and taking a look at the new inventory system and potentially at crafting as well, or at least the new crafting unit, the fabricator. So for goodness, it's been 5 years or so, at least since 317. It's been longer than that. 315, 316, something like that. We've been dealing with an old flash inventory, and so they've done a complete inventory rework as far as how this figure is handled, as far as how the icons and all that are displayed here, how each of these different items are attached, and then of course where their different slots are located in their different keybinds to access them. So we're going to go ahead and dive into that today. Obviously you've got your pistol battery here, and then another ammo slot, just because this is just the base undersuit. So I'm going to go ahead and take a look through here and see what we can find to actually put on here. We can click and sort through the armor tab here, and I've gotten a series of different armors with the, it wasn't Alliance Aid, it was the Race for Stanton missions. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to see if I can find, let's do this. Strata, there we go, and it sorts through and finds each of those. Those are all the Hurston edition. There was a black one as well. Let's do this. Nothing that way. Alright, so you can sort by name, but it doesn't really sort by color. Is this it? Stratacore Hurston. Backpack. GCD Army. That's not it either. I know I have a black one somewhere in here. We'll go ahead. We'll put this medium armor on here because I don't think this is a heavy. No, that's a medium. Okay. And this is, yeah, that's definitely the Hurston edition. We'll go ahead and just put that on. There we go. So as you can see, you can double click to put all of these on, and they do show up in these little circles. And then the interesting thing is when you highlight or you mouse over these, over here on the right hand side, each of those armor pieces that are compatible with that slot will be highlighted, which is a nice little feature showing you, where your armor pieces are located that belong to that. So, you've got your helmet, you've got your core pieces, and then we can look here and go, okay, so those are where my arms are located. And of course you can click and drag these over and onto them. If you've got one that won't, that's not compatible, you'll have that little not compatible icon that shows up over it. And then we can look here as well and go, alright, so there's my other Hurston edition ones. If it's too big to fit in the backpack, you'll have a nice little, let's see here, Stratacore, there we go, cannot fit inside the backpack. And it makes that nice and apparent right away. I like that. Let's go ahead. I'm going to take this back off, and we'll drag the ammo back off of that, and we're going to take a look at our weapons tab here and turn armor off. There we go. Alright, so we've got a couple of different things here. I'm going to go ahead and see. I think I've got a Karna somewhere on here. It's always my preferred weapon of choice when I go out into the verse most of the time. There we go. Let's go ahead and we'll drag this on. So obviously it can't fit into the backpack here, but I can drag it into one of the inventory slots here. So I'm going to put it into my primary, or number 1. As you can see, you've got the nice little icon there letting me know that that's my number 1 keybind there. Then we can go for our secondary. Let's put the scalpel. Let's put the scalpel sniper rifle in there. There we go. We can go ahead and drag that into number 2, and it automatically tells us this is the gun sight that we have attached to it. We don't have anything in the underbarrel. We don't have anything on the muzzle or anything on these. I'm going to go ahead and we're going to look at the utility tab here. There we go, utility. We'll turn off weapons, and this will give us the multi-tools. Now, I don't quite like the way this is done, where they are tilted over so that you can only see the top. I think this is probably just a line in the code that's incorrect. Go ahead and find my Pyro Hurston. Oh, we've got a Quicksilver one. There we go. Then, so as you can see, we've equipped that. And there should be... It's popped on over here, but I don't see an icon for that anywhere over here. It's not scrolling, so I'm not sure exactly where that one's gone. Can I put this... Nope, it's not letting me attach it onto the pistol slot either. I guess the healing ones go there. I don't think I have any of those here with me. That's interesting that there's no slot popping up. Here we go. So that one does replace, there we go, the pistol slot there. That's the new AA support medical device. That was part of this Alliance 8 event that we've been running. And of course you can go ahead and you can do a move all. And they've also got stacking. Obviously I don't have a whole lot that I can stack here. But we've got options to go ahead and do stacking. And we can sort by name, we can sort by size, we can sort by type. We can clear all filters so that we can show everything. The new inventory is, in my opinion, a great improvement on the previous edition. Let's go ahead. This is a local personal, so you can click between the two tabs here. You can open up your torso, your legs, or your backpack inventory here in this screen. But the other nice thing is that you can open up multiple windows over here, and we've also gotten proximity looting. So I'm going to go ahead and see if we've got a container here. There we go, containers, perfect. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to open this, and there we go. So now we've got this window open over here, and we can click into our local inventory over here. There we go. And I'm going to go ahead and start dragging a couple things into this salvage container over here. So I'm going to go ahead and we'll put our tractor beam into there, and the SRT attachment, and we'll go ahead and put our Luminalia light stick in there. There we go. So now we've got those available to us, and they're inside our box here. I'm going to go ahead and we'll exit out of our inventory. We've got this nice little red X over here, so we can do that. And then we'll pop over here to our freight elevator. And we'll go ahead and pull that up. Let's look at, actually we'll have to lower this down so that we can actually access this. There we go. We'll take a look at our containers, and I'm going to find our 1SCU, click into there, there we go. We've got all of that actually in there. We'll go ahead and pop back up. I'm going to drag this over here under our inventory, and it looks like we've also gotten new icons from here. And our inventory, of course, is working a lot faster as well because they've gone to this new system instead of using the old Flash one. Everything's updating significantly faster. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pull up my tractor beam here. No, I never got a module on it. Alright, so let's go ahead and we'll take a look here. I'm going to pull up I here, and as you can see, just clicking into my I inventory, I didn't hit F or anything while looking at the box. We've got proximity looting, so we can see these now, and I can go ahead and I can drag this onto my tractor beam attachment there, and it just takes it right out of the box and puts it on, and I've now got my salvaging beam on there. You know, I don't have to hit this F button. We'll look away from here again, hit I, and it shows you external. Or I can click in my personal. We've got personal, all, and backpack there. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put this back into the box. There we go. And then I'm going to go ahead and we'll head over to... Actually, you know what? We can do this a little easier. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to swap out my scalpel, put it back into there. And put this one back on. There we go. And we'll go ahead. There we go. We'll go ahead and I'm going to move this over to my local inventory over here. And show you the true power of all of this. Okay, so we've got this one here. Let's go ahead and hit I. And we now also have access to our local inventory. So I can click into my 1SCU box here, and I can just drag stuff directly from over here right into my box. I don't have to go to my freight elevator anymore. I can just start looking in here and going, alright, I wanna go ahead and start moving in some of my other items here, the stuff that I never use. We can go ahead and start putting our rooster charms right there, and they just go directly into my 1SCU box. I can exit out of here, and now I can hit F to actually open this, and you can see they're right there. So everything's moving over much quicker. There's not the lag that we've been seeing on live with the old inventory, and everything appears to be performing much better as far as our ability to move things backwards and forwards between containers, our ability to put things onto our character. This has been a significant rework to everything here, and I'm very much liking that. Alright, so that's inventory. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put this back on here. And I'm going to go ahead and pull up my fabricator. And we're going to take a look at that. Alright. Now let's go ahead and we'll take a look at here. We're going to look in our search. And we're going to hit Fab, and there we go. We've got fabricators now. It looks like I've got 2 of them for some reason. I'm going to go ahead and pull this up. Might be PTU, because I've got one of them that's associated with the completion of the Alliance Aid mission. But there we go. We now have a fabricator. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take this over next to my local inventory as well. Just so that we've got access to those. There we go. drag this one over. There we go, so that it's close to my local inventory there. Let's go ahead and take a look at this. We can touch to start here, and we'll get this, drag into our kiosk window here. And we've got access right away to a couple of things here. We've got P4 AR magazines, 40 shots in that one, and the S38, the PS38 magazine there, 20. And then we've also got access to the Field Recon helmet, core, and arms right off the bat there. And oh, so we've also got access to, it looks like there are 43 different things that we can craft in here, or 43 pages. Sorry, 43 pages worth of stuff that we can, oh my goodness, that we can do here. So I'm going to take a look here and do ASD. That's not alright, so how about Geist? There we go. So we can take a look, and we have Geist, arms. Obviously we haven't unlocked each of these, but these are all ones that we can now print using our fabricator, and it looks like there's a decent number of these that we're going to be able to make inside here. Obviously these blueprints have got to be found in the verse, and once you find them, they are bound to your account. Let's go ahead and take a look at, there we go. So we've got all of our different armor here that we have access to. It's interesting. These are gold, gray, black, white, violet. So this is actually looking through each of these different ones and finding each of these. We've got 3 pages of different ones that we've got there, and of course we've got the quartz black SMG. These blueprints, as I said, we're going to have to find those in the verse, but each of those can be printed here. We've got 43 pages of stuff that we can do. So there's a lot of things that we're going to be able to make in here. Now the other thing that's interesting is we can dismantle things here. So we can deliver stuff either to the machine grid or to our location inventory. And then we've got our, we can look through here and go, okay, I want to go ahead and dismantle a weapon or something. I'll see if I can. I'm going to go ahead and open this up. And I don't know if I can actually, I don't think I can actually do that one. Let me see if I've got an arc light pistol here. Local inventory. Let's go ahead and we'll put that back, and we'll go to weapons, because I think I've got just a little standard arc light pistol here. I don't want that one either. There we go. One Empire. Crusader. Go to ultralight. Let's go and just go by sidearms. There we go. Oops. Sidearms. Perfect. Alright. Arc light pistol. There we go. We'll go ahead and I'll put that one right there. And we're going to go ahead and we'll put it onto our inventory grid here. Oops, not that one. There we go, number 3. Alright. And we're going to go ahead and we'll place this right there on the grid. I'm going to close this. I do like the animation. That is quite nice as well. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to get into our dismantle. And we can click on this, and it's going to tell us what we're going to get out of it, what sort of quality. 500 is kind of the middle quality there. And we're going to get some lindinium. We're going to get some copper, and we're going to get some dolomite. We'll go ahead and I'm going to make this go to the machine grid here so that we can actually see the boxes as they print out. I'm going to go ahead and dismantle that. And we'll start to see our dismantle work order here. Be printing out to the machine grid. Got in progress. There we go. Perfect. Completed orders. I'm going to go ahead and take a look here. And there we go. We've now got the 2 little units of Dolivine that were making up that machine. And then the 2 little units of Lindinium and Copper that made these up. So I'm going to go ahead and grab that, and we'll just store that in the backpack there. Do the same with that one. And then I can actually go ahead and just carry these, because these are the little 1/8 SCU boxes. And we can move these around and do everything with them as we would normally do. It's going to be interesting too, because these little boxes are often found, or not often found, but you can find them throughout the verse. So it might be possible, like if you're raiding a bunker or whatever, to come along with like, oh look, there's a little 1/8 SCU of Lindinium, or some sort of valuable mineral or something like that you can actually use. And you might be able to raid those out of a bunker. Go ahead and close this again, and we can just take this and pop it right back into storage here when we're done with it. But then we could also go ahead and fabricate. Oh, you know what? That's a good idea. We don't have access to that one, do we? Alright, let's see what it takes to make a P4AR. We don't have the iron or the Hephaestonite to do that. What about... oh, Taurite. Oh, goodness. Alright, Taurite and Hephaestonite, so I'll have to go out to Nyx to get a hold of some of that. Okay, so we can't make any of these at this point because we don't have any of these, but as you can see, we're going to need some Asterite and some Duratite, apparently, to make these. Never heard of Duratite. And you can autofill, obviously, with the worst material or the best material. How many you're going to make. Whether it's an upgrade or not, it looks like. And then also, it'll give you the stats that you're going to be getting based on the materials that you've selected. So I'm really excited for crafting. I don't think it'll be my main profession, but it's definitely something that I'm going to be interested in doing. So that's going to be it for today's video. We've just gone over the basics of the new inventory and the new item fabricator. Tomorrow, assuming it hasn't gone to live, which I don't anticipate, there were enough bugs over the weekend that I don't see this going to live today or tomorrow. I'm going to go ahead and we're going to take a look at the new combat shield and weapons changes, because there are some significant changes to those of you who are running around in light and medium fighters, size 1 through 3 weapons, and what sort of ships we're actually going to be able to target and fight with those. So we're going to go over that tomorrow. Until then, take care, and I will see you all in the next video. Thanks for watching, everyone. Ta-ta.